while we were filming out there, a bear came up onto us, and I was like, holy crap, we're gonna die. What's up and welcome to another video. Today we're gonna be having a Taco Bell mukbang, if you can't tell already, and we're gonna be watching my new short film, The Cabin in the Middle of Whispering Pines. We did one of these a few months ago with a girl, a cabin, and her killer, and a lot of people liked it, so I thought, let's do it again. So if you haven't seen my new short film already, go check that out before you watch this, and if you have watched it, let's get started. Here we go.
Everything changed the night of the storm.
Okay, so we actually shot this sound, this voiceover, in the middle of a storm in Florida. We had to cut out a lot of background noise because you could hear the thunder and everything, but it's funny that we're talking about a storm.
At least in my head. But
This is some shots from the last film.
I was somehow really alive. In a cabin in the middle of Whispering Pines. And it was only a matter of time before someone came looking for us.
I love that opening. That was so good. This shot right here is my absolute favorite shot of the film. Actually, I think it's one of my favorite shots that I've ever shot before. I don't know why. It's just one shot. Looks really cool. We shot this in an apartment. Now, actually, these pictures right here, they're fake. I could never get the two of them together. It was during the summer, lots of vacations, so I photoshopped them all together. Little sneak peek of her mom and her when she was a little kid. Another fake picture. I love that shot. All of this sound is actually not really happening. I put that all in afterwards. We start with a drone shot. Just so happened it was raining when we filmed this, which is good because storm is a big part of the movie. Okay, on that missing poster, it had a little sneak peek. It said last seen wearing a plaid shirt. That's going to be important later in the movie. Little Easter egg that probably no one noticed. Some people ask me why I did this gas station shot, and I just wanted it to show that the Whispering Pines is like very far away from where they live. It took her like a whole 2 gas tanks to get there. Whispering Pines, that's actually a real road. We shot this like 3 times. We just couldn't get the lighting right, but I think this looks pretty good.
Hey Dad, everything okay?
I stopped by your apartment to drop off some food, but you weren't there.
Oh, sorry. I won't be back until the morning.
Is everything okay? Where are you?
They found her car, Dad.
What? Where? Why didn't you call me?
And so they found her car. Like in the last movie, the last thing she did was pull up at the cabin,
What do you mean?
and her car was
Where
left
did
there.
they find it? Did they find her?
No, they only found her car. And that's the thing. They found it in Whispering Pines.
What? Emma? No. Please don't tell me you're going there.
I have to, Dad. I have to make sure it's hers. That's why I didn't call you. I didn't want you to worry about it.
We could have went together.
Dad, you know you could have never went back there. Not after what happened last time. Not after what happened to Mom.
Emma, I don't blame you. I would have went too. Just please be safe. I don't need to lose all of you.
I'll be back in the morning. I'll call you as soon as I
This
get
scene
there.
coming up is so
I love you
cool.
so much,
I
Emma.
loved it.
I hope you know that.
I love you too, Dad.
We put a behind the scenes. Here we go. We used a projector on the outside of the car. If you haven't seen the behind the scenes, you can look at that on my Instagram, or I might just put it in right here. Fun. The cabin in the middle of Whispering Pines. car wreck. She wakes up in the middle of a cabin, locked in a room. That's not good. Taco Bell discontinued this, or they're about to, so I have to get it every time I go. The Mexican pizza. It's so good. Yeah. Oh. Wakes up. Realizes where she's at. $12 o'clock. That's hidden throughout the movie, the entire movie. And this is all shot in the same cabin. Like, there's different rooms, and this is a really cool cabin. I've always wanted to shoot in there when I first saw it. We actually shot this on 2 different days because we got most of her shots by herself, and then we brought Larry
I'm only
in,
trying to help you.
which he did an incredible job at this.
I'm not going to hurt you.
So many people had questions about the scene. So this scene right here, we actually shot on 2 different days. We actually shot just her shots and just his shots because COVID for 1, 2, we just couldn't get them on the same day. So they're actually not in the same room together.
It's all fresh. Made it just a few minutes ago.
I called the police. They'll be here any minute. Let me go now.
They did good though, by themselves.
You'll be in a lot less trouble.
You're just like her. Your mother.
How do you know my mother?
Little
It was
Easter
a
eggs
long time ago.
revealing the story
I knew her
throughout. The big
If
reveal
you're
at
such
the
good
end.
friends with her, why are you keeping me in here?
There was a bad storm last night. I came across your car and I couldn't leave you there. I spent all night setting your leg and closing that wound on your head. I needed some sleep and I didn't want you wandering off. Or cracking my head.
It's so good with that line.
You really think I'm stupid enough to fall for this? I want out of here now.
You need to rest. That's ketamine in the cup. It'll help with the pain. I recommend you should use it, but I'll leave that up to you.
I'm not taking that. Not while I'm stuck in this room.
That's up to you. I'm only trying
They did
to help.
both such a great
It's
job
a
in
lot
this
to take
movie.
in for both of us. There'll be plenty of time to talk when you're feeling
So good. This is the one shot they were in the room together, obviously.
better.
But the rest of that was on 2 separate days. And this was back on the day we just had her. Which, error. Somehow the food got on the bed when it was on the floor just a few seconds ago. Mistake. And then Cliff. I love this scene. I don't know why it's so good. I love that shadow on the wall like that. That's so cool.
I don't know.
How long have you been here? I mean, how do we get out of here?
And this was shot 2 separate times, obviously, but
We can.
There's gotta
it
be
came
a
out
way
very
out.
well. And actually, the fun fact,
Few days if you
these
start
2
cooperating,
rooms are actually in the same
cooperating,
rooms. We just
yeah.
used both sides of the walls.
He's not doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He's doing it.
And we
so
actually made that hole in the
even
wall.
if- Even if you get out, every door.
Actually, there was a little hole there. We just made it bigger.
There's no way out.
But yeah, so this room right here, that other half, we never showed that other half in the movie, but it's the same
If you
room.
can pocket a syringe and some antibiotics, we might be able to knock him out long enough to escape before it wears off.
If you're so sure that it'll work, why haven't you tried it?
I did, but you caught me doing it. Hasn't let me out of here since.
And if I get caught?
Then we're screwed. What other choice do we have?
How am I to trust you? I don't even know who you are.
What do you want to know? I'll tell you anything.
How did you get here in the first place?
I was shot twice.
Oh, really?
I thought I died, but then I woke up here alive.
You were shot? Did he shoot you?
No, it's a long story. I was on a trip with someone. It was an accident. I woke up here and he saved my life. He removed both bullets. I was hesitant at first to take the ketamine just like you, but finally the pain was too much. I caved. I don't know why he's doing all of this, but he saved my life. So how did you end up here?
I was on my way to Whispering Pines and got in a car accident.
There's a lot of theories of
What were you doing with
what all of this movie actually means. And there is something, but it's up for you to decide.
Is everything okay over there?
He just realized who she
Yeah.
is.
Everything's fine. Just had a weird deja vu moment.
And deja vu comes in a lot. From the last movie, he started having these flashbacks almost, or
Like dead.
these dead people actually coming back to life. Hallucinations and all that.
Take the medicine. But if anything happens while I'm out, you have to let me know.
I will. Trust me, this will work. It has to.
So this shot right here, making it look like there's two different rooms, but it's actually the same room. So good. And little Easter egg, when we come into that room, suddenly a storm starts. I don't know what that means. Here we go, another flashback, another hallucination. The guilt's starting to come in, which is a part of this movie. We actually shot all of his stuff first because he had to leave to go back to school, I think. Or he was just moving. Again, waking up. I think this is the third or fourth time she's woken up in this movie. So here's a little Easter egg. In the beginning of the movie, when we saw the missing poster, the last thing that Rachel was wearing, I forgot my character's names. I think it was Rachel. No, Tiffany. No, it was Tiffany. Yeah. Was a plaid shirt. So actually, what Tom gave her is her sister's shirt, and she doesn't realize it.
Hello? Is there a bathroom in this place?
My name's Tom Butterworth.
This whole stairwell and little section of the house was so cool. The lighting was cool. It doesn't look as cool on camera, but it was cool in person. The white door. The whispers of Whispering Pines. Another thing that we never explained. It's up for you to decide what that is. Clocks all over the walls, a little extra detail. Because Tom has an obsession with clocks. Actually, there was a ton of clocks in there. We just never showed the rest of the room for some reason. This door right here, I told this in behind the scenes a couple months ago. It's actually just a door to a closet, but there was a bathroom in the other half of the house, but they were redoing the floors or whatever, so we couldn't go in there and film, but we got to the bathroom. The only ketamine label. But you can kind of tell it's a closet. We had to shoot this scene like
You know
10
my
different
name.
times because she
I looked
couldn't
at
get
your
out of the
purse
closet
and saw
because it's
your
such a
driver's
small door.
I also saw a missing poster.
Again,
That's your sister.
Larry did
That's none of
such a
your
good job
business.
every time he was in.
So tell me, how do you know my mother? What happened to her?
I wasn't supposed to be there that night. The night it happened, but I was. I'd do it all differently if I could turn back time.
How long are you going to keep me here?
You're not a prisoner.
Then let me leave.
If I let you leave now, nothing good will happen. Everything will go back to the way it was.
I have a feeling that you know something that I don't. Does he know?
Who?
The guy upstairs, in the room next to me.
How do you know about him?
I talked to him last night, through the vents,
What did he tell you?
that you saved his life. But he doesn't know what we're doing here either.
That's all he told you?
Yes. Now tell me why we can't leave.
Larry did such a good
You know
job
what?
with
I'm
this.
gonna tell you what
I did
told
not expect him to be this
you. You
good.
don't eat.
I'm sorry
You
for
don't
saying that,
sleep.
but
You don't do
he's
what
not an
I
actor.
tell you.
He should be.
I'm gonna make this much harder than it has to be.
Right here. Oh,
I'm trying to help you both. Neither of you have a clue what's going on out here.
and I wrote that in there. I didn't know if he was going to be able to do that or not, but he pulled it off so good. It looks so good. I love this shot right here. I don't know why. Just the running.
We don't have much time.
Running always looks good in movies.
Where were you this morning?
What's going on?
I did what you told me. Tom and cautious in the living room.
They try to get into the white door, not really knowing what it is, but just thinking it's a door. It's something a little bit more than a door. Also, that door right there, actually, in the stairwell, it doesn't actually lead to the living room. Just another little thing. I love this. So I wrote in the script that there was like a tunnel in the room, and I did not realize this door was actually in this cabin until we were setting up, and I was like, holy crap, like, let's use this as the tunnel door. Looks so good. We bought one of these little kid tunnels to shoot this. It works.
This has to be a way out.
What if it isn't?
It's our only choice.
Cliff!
Emma, no!
Go! Don't come back!
We shot this shot right here like the day before the movie came out because something that didn't work, but it was good. It was cool. Going through the tunnel. He did this like, I don't know, early in the morning, and he did not sleep the night before, so I made him do this really tired. Then we come back to a clean room. He's coming back into the same place he just went into. What's happening? We show a little, well, so I don't think a lot of people notice all the clocks are gone because this is 12 years in the past. The clocks weren't created yet. An empty room. He's gonna go check out the rest of the cabin. So this door actually doesn't lead to the staircase. It actually leads to a pool room, like you know, the game pool, not an actual swimming pool. The door. Also, it was kind of hot in that cabin. Actually, it was hot in the cabin. Upstairs was miserable. Unfortunately, half the movie we shot up there. I think this was like the hottest day. All the rooms destroyed because it hasn't been set up yet for what Tom wants to use it for. Tom hasn't really, I guess, discovered the cabin yet. And then, outside. He hasn't seen outside in a week. Is this actually going to happen? What is happening? And then we cut to what we know from the last movie is him coming out of the water after his girlfriend pulled him in. All this is coming back to deja vu.
Yeah.
It's all happening again for some reason.
You okay?
Sorry, I just had this.
Actually, if you watch the first movie and this movie
Funny,
together,
I was telling my
it's
daughter
pretty
that
much all the
deja
same
vu is
shots.
a message from the other side.
What did you just say?
Deja vu. Yeah, it's a message from the other side. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Everything is fine. I didn't mean to interrupt your swim. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be nosy, but is there someone else here
it's
with
all
you?
starting to come back to him. Like,
Yeah, just
what?
me and my daughters.
Is
and,
there a wife here?
Your
Did he
wife?
kill her?
Yeah, she's inside, asleep.
I didn't catch your name.
She's asleep.
Henry Hargrave. Speaking of, those are my daughters, Tiffany and Emma. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine. This may sound like a weird question, but what's today's date?
September 20th,
The year?
2007.
I've got to get going. It was nice to meet you.
It's all starting to come to him. What is happening? Then we come back in.
Right on time, just like clockwork.
Stay back.
Calm down. I'm not going to hurt you. I already knew you were coming.
What do you mean?
What you saw out there, this isn't a dream. It's really 2000.
When I wrote this script, I did not think this was going to work because I wrote like paragraphs for them to do, but they did this insanely well. Actually, a lot of people that I talked to were very impressed with these two big revealing scenes.
Your girlfriend 12 years from now on this exact date.
What? That's impossible.
Have you ever heard of the cycle of 12 years? Every 12 years, everything
So
is
we're
just as it was.
explaining what 12 means on the clock from the last movie, how it ended.
Exact same position. Just like a clock.
As soon as he dumped the bodies up in the attic,
When I was
everything
young, I
reset.
always had a feeling that something was wrong with
Which
it.
means when
Everything here repeats itself.
Emma came,
This all
something was
happened
going to
before,
happen,
it will happen
but
again.
Tom knew what that was, so that's why he stopped her. He actually wrecked her in the
How
car
do you know this?
and brought her into the
How do you
cabin
know what I
to
saw?
stop
Who are you?
it from recycling.
You don't know? 12 years from now when we first meet.
Not that you probably knew that.
First time the
That was a
guilt
little
started,
deeper
was.
into the
something always seemed off about
story of the movie.
it, but you didn't quite know what. That's because you already knew.
How?
My camera's on
I
4%, and I don't
My
think I'm going to
name
make
is
it.
Cliff Thomas Williams. But
The
you
big
already
reveal.
knew that. Everything that
He
you've
is
experienced,
Cliff
I've already
Older,
experienced.
Cliff
I've
Thomas
already
Williams.
had this conversation, but I was on the other side. We think that we can control who we are, but we follow the same old path again and again. And well, I tried to protect you from this past, but you and Emma, but I couldn't stop you. I can't stop time. It always finds a way to repeat itself.
That's insane. That doesn't make any sense.
You died. We
So
died.
kind of the backstory
Yet
to this
where we
movie,
are.
it's kind of about
You
how
don't think
a
that's
lot of
impossible?
people say they want to
For
change,
years, I thought it was a second
and they
chance
start
to do
feeling
myself.
guilty about it, about,
Near
I guess,
death
the
and
bad
dying,
habits
my
that they have.
entire life lagged
So
before
they
my
say they
eyes.
want to change, but a lot of people
And
say
here
they
I
want
was
to change,
in
but they
the
never
cabin in
change.
center whispering
It
light.
all just happens again and
place
again and
that
again and
lived
again and
past
again.
and the
So we
present.
just brought it into more of a
Life is like a map.
mythical kind of version of
wander around it all
that
their
happening
whole life.
over and over
A
again.
way to look out, but there's only one path, and it just leads deeper. You don't understand it until you reach the center. Every path leads to the same place.
I don't understand this. There has to be a reason we were brought here, that this even exists. Can we change the course of events?
It's human nature to believe that we can play a role in our own lives and destiny, that our actions can change things. I've tried to change the past, but time won't allow it.
If everything truly has a purpose, who is it that decides this purpose? Coincidence? God? Or is it us? Do we actually have free will, or is it all created before our existence in a forever reoccurring cycle?
Some deep
There
stuff.
has to be a way to stop the cycle. What if I stop Henry from killing their mother? Ever since Emma arrived, I've had this feeling that I need to tell her what happened. The truth. I was never capable of this. But what if I can stop it from happening in the first place, where I never kill anyone?
It's not that simple.
Even if it was, I'm already too late, aren't I? She's already dead.
Actually, she's not. He's only killed his wife, but his wife isn't the mother of Emma and Tiffany. his secret lover is, and she's on this way here now.
So I still have time.
Yes, but time isn't on our side.
I can stop this. If I can stop Henry before he kills their mother, it will end the cycle. And 12 years from now, I won't kill Tiffany or Rachel.
In theory.
Jason is a
but I've
really good
already
actor.
tried that.
I can do this.
If you're watching this, you're a good actor.
Cliff, it won't turn out the way you think it will.
All I have to do is kill him.
Fun story about that shot right there. Him running through the woods. We actually had to shoot that twice. I'm going to pause that right there. The first time we shot it, we tried to use natural light and it just didn't work. So we were in the middle of the woods like at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. It was pitch black and we tried to shoot it. It didn't work. So we were headed back to the 4x4 that we were driving out in the woods. Okay, so I'm sitting here editing this mukbang and I just realized I called it a 4x4. I don't even know what that is. It's called a side-by-side. So anyways, it's a side-by-side, not a 4x4. Continue. We were in the middle of the woods and we were walking up to it and we saw this giant black figure walk by the 4x4 and it was a bear. While we were filming out there, a bear came up onto us and I was like, holy crap, we're gonna die. And so we just turned around and slowly walked back and we kind of hid in this like burnt down cabin. I don't know what it was. And we called somebody that was just a few minutes up the road and they came out there with a gun and everything, got us out. Whatever. Anyways, fun story. We saw a bear while filming. It was insane. But we're still here. Continue. Again, replaying the exact same thing happened. Which I like that movie. Not that movie, but that shot. They did such a good job. I love this. This little Easter egg from what happened in the first movie. The little noise in the woods was somebody. In this case, it was Cliff, so I don't know who it was in the last movie. Well, I do know, but this was a fun scene. This was actually kind of in the middle of the day. Well, not in the middle of the day. It was still bright outside. We just made it look dark. Until the whole conversation scene. It was actually pitch black. We had to bring in some lights. This is where the lights were.
Just put the gun
But you
down.
can't tell that we
Jim,
switched.
What's happening? Why do you have a knife? Who's he?
Tell her what was about to happen.
What is he talking about?
Just put the gun down and we can talk.
I can't. I have to finish what I started.
These kids were actually not there when we
Please,
shot this
put the
scene.
gun
We did another shot another day.
I can't. If I don't do this, it'll only happen.
The scene turned out really
next
well, I
time.
think.
Your daughter will be on the other end of that knife.
What are you talking about?
I'm scared.
It's gonna be okay. Please, put the gun down.
Flashback between the little kids and their older versions.
Can't.
Bang! That scream. I was like, can you just scream? And she just went at it. It was incredible. Another shot from the running in the woods.
I did it.
I think this is actually the first shot we shot of the movie on the first day. I think. Yeah, it was.
Maybe this time. Maybe this time I'll outwit.
If you listen to the lyrics of this, it kind of talks about the whole
I throw away
meaning of this movie.
the numbers,
Some of it.
the key,
It was back.
and all.
The door was open, so Tom crawled back through and went back to the present.
Maybe I can carve out a living in the cold.
That's why Tom wasn't there.
I did it. I killed Henry.
I know. Unfortunately, it didn't change this present. Emma is still upstairs, only this time her mother is alive and her father is dead.
I don't understand.
I thought this was all crazy once too, that I was crazy and that I could change the past.
Again,
Why did you kill him?
not saying that people don't change,
We
but
can't change
a lot
who
of
we
people
are.
say they can
Can't
change.
overcome
But
what's deep inside us. No matter what we do.
wow, Nick, did someone hurt you in the past?
No, there has to be a way. I want
Just-
things to go back to when they were normal.
You
Go back to
still do.
normal. COVID-19.
24 years
I
later,
want things to
still
go back to
don't
when they were
make
normal.
it. what happened back then and 12 years before that, and 12 years from today, it's only a small part
I have
of the
not
cycle
eaten
we're stuck in.
a lot of this food. This is a lot. I already have 3 tacos right here. I'm probably not gonna eat those
That's it.
till
We
maybe
can't
lunch or
change
something.
the past, which ultimately means we can't change the future. But what if we were stuck in the middle? You said it before.
So
when we
to
died,
explain
our
this,
entire life
when
flashed
he
before our
died,
eyes.
the
What if we
entire
never
life
woke
of
up
his,
from that near-death
the entire
experience?
life of his
We were
life
stuck
flashed
in
before his
between
eyes,
life and
and he
death.
wants to be stuck in
Stuck
that
the
flash of life.
I don't understand. How would that
So
change
he's
anything?
stuck in the entirety of his life, continually happening over and over again. But he's not dead or alive. He's stuck in the middle, the center, the middle of Whispering Pines.
We've reached the center. The center of Whispering Pines, a place between life and death and
Very confusing
death
if you
and
really
life,
don't want to think about
a
it.
place between the past and the present,
So.
and the present and the future. If we can find a way out of here, we can be stuck in that never-ending cycle of near death and near life. The middle.
I never thought of that. And I think I know where you're talking about. There's always
The
been this
door.
I never knew what was on the other side of it. No key could open the door, but it
There's
does
never a
need
key.
It needs a clear conscience. You have
So
go
to
on
pass
and
on to the other side,
get rid of your ghost.
he needed a clear conscience, and so that
We didn't
that
come back
deja
because we
vu,
were given a
all that
second
stuff
chance.
that was guilting his soul,
Came back because we had
was
unfinished
stopping him
business.
from going to the other side.
I know what I have to do.
So, this shot, really fun shot. This battery's about to die. Let's get to the end. This shot, great shot. I think it's a 5-minute one shot. So he is going to tell Emma what happened to clear his conscience, and he is going to go on to the other side in the middle of his life and death, continually happening over and over and over and over again. We shot this twice. It wasn't that bad. Actually, the first time we messed up, I messed up. They did perfect.
I thought I have been given another chance again. But heaven lies
I love the shot. I don't know. I think it's just the
as
silhouette
usual.
of them two talking. It
I
looks so good.
repented, but in vain. It
I am
tries
actually going to skip
cheat
ahead a little bit
me
just because this
out.
is long and I want to get to the end and my laptop's about to die or camera's about to die. So he goes back in, goes down, and goes into the door. So this actually leads outside. That's what all that light's coming in outside in real life, but this is actually leading to the other side. But how we shot it, it actually just led to the outside. It looks so cool. I love. I'm going to show a little behind the scenes because we shot this really fast. I think this was the last day he was with us before he left. And we did not set up professionally. But this looks cool. So, if you want to see a little behind the scenes, right here. And then he hits 12 o'clock again. And his entire life flashes before his eyes. We just show you a little bit of what you know.
This place gives me the creeps.
So his entire life is flashing before his eyes, and he is stuck in the middle of that for over and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But because of this, Tiffany and Emma and Rachel are all alive in the real world, and he is stuck between life and death. Will there be a third movie? I don't know. I won't say anything. But yes, so he's stuck where it all happened, and he will forever be there. Look in the camera, dramatic. The end. So yeah, that's the movie. I hope you enjoyed this mukbang. It was a little boring probably, but just watching it, eating this food, yes. Taco Bell is amazing. Texas Roadhouse we did last time, Taco Bell. Let me know what you want me to eat next if we do another mukbang. Until then, I am going to start doing videos every Friday on YouTube, so subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, comment, let me know what you want me to do in these videos. But I will see you next Friday.